What's up, Stream Geeks? In this video, I want to show you a brand new way to do sports photography. I've got my Stream Deck here set up not just to take pictures, but bursts of pictures, and I'm using my live streaming cameras. This is super cool. Let's check it out. So I just got back from a really amazing customer of PTZOptics. They're using the PTZOptics Move 4K cameras at a football field. And they wanted to do more sports photography. They want to take pictures of the quarterback. And with a 30x optical zoom camera like this, you can zoom in over 100 feet away and capture close up pictures of people. And we were talking about it. And, I've been doing sports streaming for a while. Here's a tennis match we're going to look at. These PTZ cameras can do auto tracking. So literally, we can track subjects that are remote. I'll show you an example here. This is some footage. I have this in OBS because we're going to use OBS today for our example. But essentially, this is an auto tracking camera. You can lock into a specific person, and it's usually for recording video, sports analytics, live streaming. But you can take a PTZ camera that's doing auto tracking, and you can start to take photos for sports photography. And it was a real big realization. I was like, this is a game changer in sports photography. So I want to talk a little bit about this. So we've been using PTZ cameras with optical zoom. They can zoom in from far away. They're easy to control remotely, and we can set them up to auto track. So with those things in mind, we can start to take really high quality photos in 4K or 1080p, ideally in 4K, right? So that we can crop in and take a 1080 image into it. And then one of the things that's really amazing in photography right now is we can do AI generative fill. So what I've done here is you can remove people in the background of a photo very easily. And so once you get that photo, you can start to remove people in the background and easily make updates and changes. So what you're seeing here is I actually selected an area of a background in Photoshop, and I just said, hey, remove this. I just want it to look like this one woman is in the front of the crowd. The other thing we can do today with AI is AI upscaling. So we can take a 4K image and we can make it an 8K image. We can take images from PTZ cameras, right, that are recording video from hundreds of feet away, take those 4K images and make them magazine quality very easily. We can take that footage and we can start to upscale it and make it available for it to be printed on giant posters. So this is why it's so interesting. We're going to look at this today, how to set up a PTZ camera, how to receive a video stream, and how to take images. So we're going to create some hotkeys with that beautiful Stream Deck I was showing to take pictures and to do bursts of pictures, and then take those pictures and make them beautiful. Use them for social media. To me, this is a reason why a social media manager should probably have access to a PTZ camera. And the great thing is these live streaming cameras can be set up for live streaming, for video production, and very easily you can add a second computer to bring in the video and start taking photos without, any additional investment if you already have PTZ cameras. So at the end of this video, we'll talk a little bit about DPI and image quality. But right now, let's jump directly into our live demo here. So this is a video clip. This is not a live camera. I'm not at a tennis court right now, but this is some video I took with a PTZOptics Move 4K camera. So I recorded this in 4K and it's in auto tracking mode. So this auto tracking camera can follow a subject even when other people are in view. Okay, it locks in. So you can follow the quarterback. You can follow a specific dancer, a specific cheerleader, a specific presenter. We call that presenter lock. And there's computer vision built into the camera. So the camera itself can lock into a specific subject. And it's fast enough to track for sports. It's fast enough to track for a lot of situations. So we can auto track. That's great. how do we take pictures? So we've got the video. Obviously, we could record the video. What I wanted to show is the ability. This is my Stream Deck here. I've got it set up to take a single picture every time I press this button, or a burst of pictures. So the way that works is I'm using OBS. OBS is a free live streaming software. And you can see here, like in this scene, this is an NDI video source. So all the PTZOptics, Move SC, and Move 4K cameras support NDI, which is the way we can easily bring this video into OBS. This is 4K video at the highest bandwidth possible, so it's very high quality. And we can bring that video into OBS whether you're using a Mac or a PC computer using OBS. This is actually quite easy stuff. It's just interesting when you have the application for sports photography. So we bring in the video using the NDI plugin with OBS, and we can bring that video in. We can record that video. We can stream the video. We can output it to a virtual webcam, which allows you to bring that video into like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. But today we're going to do something that's actually quite easy. Now you can see on the right-hand side, I'm using the PTZOptics plugin for OBS, which makes it very easy to just kind of frame up your camera because this is a robotic PTZ camera, so we can control it remotely, right? Which makes it really nice for sports. If we want to zoom into a specific subject, say, I want to track that specific person, have them follow the quarterback throughout the whole game, and just take photos when you want to. So in the settings area, there's a hotkey that I have set up for screenshot output. And so what that is this is saying, I want to take, when I hit the space bar, I want you to take a screenshot. And I want you to output it in the output tab to this folder. So you can choose any folder you want to store your pictures. I have it on my desktop. I have a folder called Pictures. And that folder is, just pull this up right here. And this is where all of my pictures are being stored here. Okay. Let me zoom out so you guys can see that. So this is where all my pictures are. This is where my settings is in OBS. And I've got it set up so that the output is 4K. Okay. And it's going to this folder. So that's how it works. And then I'm using a Stream Deck. You do not have to use a Stream Deck. I like using a Stream Deck because a lot of people have them and they're quite easy. We've got one that just, quite frankly, just hits the spacebar button, and then another that is called a burst. And what that does is it does the hotkey for the spacebar, which is triggering taking a picture 1, 2, 3, 4 times, delaying a quarter of a second. So this one button will take 4 pictures in 1 second. And you can edit that and change it however you like. So now that we've got that all set up, I'm going to take a few pictures, and I'm going to use this auto tracking camera for our sports photography demo. And I'm going to go ahead. Now, when you're auto tracking a subject, you can control the zoom. So you can zoom in more, you can zoom out more, depending on the types of pictures that you want. But keep in mind, these are 4K images. So if you need to crop it into 1080p, or you need to upscale it like we talked about earlier, it's very easy to do that with Photoshop or most of the photo editing solutions available today. So all I have to do is go over to my Stream Deck here and click a button to start taking photos. And you can see at the bottom of OBS there, a screenshot was just taken. Another screenshot was just taken. So I'm taking several photos here, and they're showing up right in this folder. So every time I click this button, more photos are popping up. Now let's take a look at these photos, and you'll see here, I'll zoom into this so you can see it nice and tight. Essentially, this is a 2 megabyte file, and we can change the size, but this is a 4K image at 24-bit depth. That is a very high quality image that we can use for a lot of different photography solutions. So now that we've shown how all of this works, I want to talk a little bit about DPI. So DPI is something called dots per inch, and it's the measurement of image resolution when you're printing something, right? The higher the DPI, the higher the quality. So for computer screens and smartphones, usually 72 to 96 DPI is fine. And you can actually take a snapshot directly off of a PTZOptics camera, not even using OBS, just a direct image off a camera, and you'll get 96 DPI. It's perfect for web posts, blogs, social media. But if you're going to print an image, you probably want to have like 300 DPI. And to achieve that, you can use AI upscaling, or of course, you can use a camera that supports 300 DPI. Now, the impact on video and streaming, especially in sports, the video cameras are creating 60 frames per second in the United States. And in Europe, maybe it's 50 frames a second, but it's a lot of images every single second. But those images aren't really designed to be printed, so they're usually 96 DPI, right, of that quality level, and they can be easily used for blog posts or social media without any post-production or image manipulation. Now, the higher the DPI, the better the quality. So if you're going to start printing things, again, we're going to use that AI upscaling. Now, the key takeaway for remote sports production or sports photography is the ability to remotely pan, tilt, and zoom the cameras. So in our example, where I was at a football field last week, you really can't capture usable photos with your smartphone or with a digital SLR when you're going to be all the way at a press box, when you're going to be far away from the action. It doesn't make sense to have photographers on the sidelines. That's where the players are supposed to be. So having a remote PTZ camera that you can take photos of brings a lot of value. And not only are we able to take high resolution images, we've got lots of optical zoom. So as I said, a PTZOptics 30X camera can capture a head and shoulders shot from up to 75 feet away in 4K and 150 feet away in 1080p. So really can get those cameras discreetly mounted, whether it's in a church or a different space. And today we're talking about sports, obviously. You can remotely control the cameras from anywhere. So this is a really exciting part of video production, and PTZOptics Hive, which I'll show here. This is our remote production software. So this allows you to connect to cameras that are anywhere in the world, and you can record them, but you can also output the NDI video on your network and bring those into OBS. So even if you are a photographer and you want to take pictures of cameras that aren't near you, right? They could be on the other side of the world, and PTZOptics Hive specifically can help you get connected to those cameras even if they are over the public internet. So really, really cool stuff. Allows you to reduce the travel costs and staffing needs because you can do things remotely. You can work more from home. So this might just be the photographer's way to start working more from home. And it's actually more ideal for lecture halls, for sports, and for live events than oftentimes, crowding areas with traditional digital SLR cameras. So that is my takeaway for sports production and sports photography. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Really interesting stuff. And I'm excited to hear what you guys think.